And after say Okatakyie Afrifa mensa ede ExpOses ehye so a ye hu fake doctors, any fake medical doctors nina, any kitchen doctors for ni na no. Yes. Na ye twen say Kevin Ekobedu Taylor ono nso eba be ka nsem na ye twen ya yante de Kevin Ekobedu Taylor ka ye enda amno kasa de Kevin Ekobedu Taylor oba be kasa saa nso na prophet Azuka ono nso aba be di nkomo anasesa ono nso aba be so life aka nsem o chiremu a abaifo na omanom eka nsem abuzunya yentie de
wo ye kire se wo ye baifo nso wo bia mepe hunhu mo bia ma no twa ntroto nkrofo so kan nsem akese ni na ye baye obia mepe hunmuru hunku ana wo te se yesi baifo bi yesi abrewa bi efri post so abetofo ma hunfo wani huye wutimi kotwe aba na se ka won so bro no kuno. What kind of life is that? Abrabo ben yetimo ye kuro moyi. And most of these countries, mostly don't compare a country to these. Meanwhile, omo shall see free baby. Omo shall and then rim and then person would see gun and near person would the papa be would treasure be something like gem be would see gun and near fashion book a young power would be show 2,000 years no me when a book need a hole. And see, I is your idea for your home. Oh, Michael. Thank you. We must worship with sense. Miniano. And then maybe one of my common Messi and Google will introduce you to some things you don't even one now you know who crowd that so and then we need to learn for ourselves. Miniano, I say by word hearsay, yes, so be a before. Yes, mammy, yes, or being Cassam say that, or say, say, until I want a boy DJ, we say. Yes, sir, and I'm with the
you chroma said yes, and they can't say because Obi can't yes, yeah, now to Musa than a yampa. And so Obi can't say seminar, nay yampa. Abuzia, and after say, and some way a cosona, prophet Azuka, or also adding semi to just say, said the Sansa sadari, ne papa, prophet. Now share a bio on the dera. Ne niema esitia otumi se nyamesuro kura eninimu na ebre bi ensem bi koso e ma ye kobo ne papa mane de ne papa kan ye kura mpotumi hu se ba bi ade na duru de ayeka e ma eye sa abayo ansansa sadari no e de niema bi edi ne nkrofo ne boys what yase na omokoye adwuma bi e ma sika semu geyi etia so abusua otumi hu se ade ne de e wo moja ni mu ankasa
ka obi e ka bi se onye doctor bi so e doctor me pese me kan sam kakra fa ho last year na me baba ko bi e ka che me se oluman na danfo bi na oma yedi na ade omo ye ne se ayese NGO na ade no mo ye no se nipa miensa ebeka no ho na eye nipa nan na omo sensan ye nkrata ne bibia antisika ne ba o ahye omo se sisika ne ba omo de so omo di no o de be ma omo create accounts bibia ye bibia sika ne beto mu a na doctor ti statement na make no nipa na odi case ni maame no de okaye eno na meka ho asem se sika ne baaye no wa ma nipa miensa na omudi sika na chi ono nko a doctor no wa fa sika no ema omodo omanim abehye sika nim aye ho krata ekwan be fa so sika ne beba omutu hu anamo a o ahwe o mo se sika ne ba obemo mu bie no sika ne ba ya wa mo mu bi die ono ne frame no ono nso na introduce bi be ka ho be ma ba ko oba ba ko be ka ho nti ma mienu na be ma ba ko nti ono ka ho anka nipa nan nanso enam se enibre wo na afa na pese menkuminya ewo ni munti ena me ka asem ya che obi a ono obi ye business ana se wo obi ma ne ba wo case mu anaasɛ o business bi sɛ o wo de bla na yenye ye wi a o percentage ye sei me de bema wo anaasɛ wo de boa me na me nsanka me nsaka mema wo sei na nipa ne boa ye na sika ne ba ye na wo refi no afei ofre na omfa ofanso a no aka different story afei otimi bedu America ohun so aba ho ofre ne so omfa sika ne ma omfa omo de mo a omfa ma wo mo sika kase pa o most $1 million ti statement a nipa na wo de adwuma ne ma me no e kan ye na me kan besisu se onipa bia wo ye pesamin kuminya no ewie wo sei onipa bia wo nko a wo pesa wo nko a wunya no sei na ewie wo enti ochire mu chire mi nyina no se sika na ba omo de atwa so de mo amfa ma wo na ofre ne papa na wo yesofo no ofre no ebo na mane afi de doctor no asoma obeka ne se omo ntimi nyo omo hwe ba bi opebi omo mfa nko omo ntimi nyo omo hwe enti last year honom de adwuma ne ma me se sei na kwase abu a ode abu omo ana o sende ne pictures ana me yes me ye ho adwuma na ewiase papa anya hwe a bone enya hwe etora bia ofi se watwe obi adi etora bia ofi se wabu obi kwase a etora bia ofi se ye kan say ontimi nya ohwe enne se wantimi anya ohwe sika a wo faaye no animguase ne wo hawa aba wo so no eyem pem tu wani munyam a na wo Ghana no ya pepa utie ni pa montage no so no obi betena se na ono akofa nipa beka ho na sika ne beba na wa wo de wa adwen mo ma create ade te se NGO na wa jiska no na sika ne ba ya omo ano omo ye no wa mo omo enti ofiri se wo su a anase ode yaw ekasa to so a enya wo so adwuma anase omo be wura mu bi no so omo kasa a enya wo so adwuma oba ni mmiri sika sa enti ewiase enti case ni ba ya na mehwe pictures no na chese sa doctor i case wo me ho a ma ye no so adwuma se ene yenso yenso ye be se ne nsam sika yenso ye do haw animguase ye beto no so se ne be ya obehu se nipa wo no mo ye no so do mo de ma wo mo nko a ofesika no ene se nipa we na ene wabewura NDC no ono etimi de adwen agisika sika na woje ye no omo ayeso no omo che no amu obi a ono ba besia nafa asa de ne nsasi ne bo se obi antimi nya no hwe ba bi omo pebi omo mfa nko kama wo wiase ti se ono bi ye business na de etwa se odi no enye boni ayefo ekoso ewo man mu bibini nko ano ne nua tena se ka sika asem se ye nsa ka mema o se sika no be ka ne nsa no asesa on de ne ato se yampa so ye doctor so onye doctor hokra de hiame na de me pese me kacho ne se omo a woni omo ye du na sika ne ba ye no $1 million na sika ne ba ye no fo mo chefa komo omo enye saa omo sunsum omo hante wo kra animguase a de ohun kra de yeketwa de beba kra de beso ache de ohun
case we ekoso ni na obi anso twen se eye Kevin Ekobedu Taylor ono nso eba be kasa e wo ho because ono na o defend eye ansa sasadal because of ne bibi se what ya se enti no obi a twen se Kevin Taylor eba be kasa na ndura de Kevin Taylor eko YouTube live na ode nsem bi etudwa ono de o kan yina ene se eye Okatakyie Afrifa mensa ono ne de na yi no say what you say na yi no say eno nko na ono de o ka amanfo make comment wase ho no ono de Okatakyie Afrifa mensa ne supplement oboyina ne we no what you say
the same catch say oni kotiketwa we na eto akoma no ukoti gina ti say kasa bibre ukoti die we na odi de no na utam dade ase no adno for ukoti ntam dade ade ya mesre uti ntam dade no na for ukoti so ntam dade hello bon va kotiketwa ubeko jail ada eyade ato he enye sumbia na esubi wo ha SOS sun enye dede bia na dede bi wo ha SOS sun obi an stop bibia de kwa na ekọ eno anie ai boy we oni kotiketwa amubeko jail bomfa kotiketwa bebrebe dede ni nyina ni dede bebrebe so am pe evidence omu yintu TV so Facebook ni enhwe ya evidence fa to Facebook so bebie wo zip ya ka asem no me nka ma ho to na ujimi ho din I said Pentium 1 din bo va kotiketwa ko tiketiki sa lewa inti bra TV so na bebie wo zip na afa yen hu sa wo ye be ma mu what is it etuduro. All right, thank you very much. Let's do that. Now there are so many things we need to discuss today.
After say Kevin Ekobedu Taylor can nsem ewieye a o chire mu akoteketwa na me dey say be ma dey akoteketwa dey o dey yeden obi kwati so a na obi agimi an akoteketwa dey o dey yeden abusia enze kasa uye ga we don't doubt what you say now abusia for after say Kevin Ekobedu Taylor can nsem wieye no Okatakyie Afrifa mensa one Paul Adom Oche ehia na utie nsem a Okatakyie Afrifa mensa kana ono ne de che na opese ye chege na eno na opese ye che ene Kevin Ekobedu Taylor nyina ebomu na Okatakyie Afrifa mensa aka se bi o chiremu a on Saturday expose big time ebesan den akoso
today on For the Records I'm going to show you, but what I'm saying is that why is it that up till now the guy is still walking around freely?
Well, that one, I think that we don't know what the
Paul, let's read something on health and let me see the act. That is Act 857, Health Professionals Regulatory Bodies Act.
Yes.
Let's read section 48 of that.
Yeah.
It says a person who makes a false declaration, policy, a person, that is Act 857, Health Professions Regulatory Bodies Act 2013. A person who makes a false declaration in an application for registration as a medical or dental practitioner, physician assistant, or certified registered anesthetic, when you make that false claim
that you are a
that
physician you are an anesthetist,
or B, who willfully, listen here carefully, who willfully or falsely uses any name, title, such as doctor. So the initial argument was that the girl was not even practicing in Ghana. She was just a doctor in America.
She's not a doctor in America.
You are not a doctor in America, but even in the event that you were a doctor elsewhere and you come to Ghana, the law per section 48 of Act 857 says that a person who willfully or falsely uses any name, title, such as doctor, or addition implying a qualification to practice medicine or dentistry, commits a crime.
Oh, a crime?
Yes.
The law calls it a crime.
It's a crime. You've committed a crime.
Serious,
even by the use of the title doctor.
Yeah, that's a serious matter.
If you say that you are a medical doctor in America, even if she was, the fact that she has not undergone the processes that is supposed to let her integrate, you cannot call yourself a doctor in Ghana.
Let alone you are not a doctor anywhere.
Not a doctor anywhere on this planet, and you call yourself a doctor. That is a crime. Beyond that, let's go to section 131 of Criminal and Other Offences Act, 1960, Act 29. It talks about falsification of documents. Then you go to section 151. It talks about forgery. All these things are crimes sitting in our books, and yet nobody is taking action. Why is nobody taking action? Let's read section.
Maybe a formal complaint must be made. Maybe we can do a formal complaint.
So, are you saying that when somebody is committing a crime in the full glare of the public, in the full glare of the security, it needs somebody to make a complaint?
But when they are not doing it, we don't just talk. We should write to the CID.
So let me read section 131 of Criminal and Other Offences Act. That is the definition of 1, 2, 3. Defrauding by false pretense.
Pretenses, yeah.
A person who by means of false pretense or by personation obtains or attempts to obtain the consent of another person to part with or transfer the ownership of a thing, or by a false representation of acting in accordance with the instructions, orders, or requests of the president or a member of the cabinet, commit a second-degree felony under subsection 1 of this act.
But where are you putting this? Who is
So I'm putting this about defrauding by false pretense.
Who is she defrauding? The
The
president?
president and the cabinet.
Telling them that she's a doctor?
If you can manage to get the president to appoint you onto such a sensitive board
As a doctor?
as a doctor, when you are not,
Yeah.
that is defrauding by false
Because a
pretense.
health professional with expertise in health insurance.
Which she is not. She has never had
So she
anything.
defrauded the president.
The highest qualification this girl has had is something they call HHE.
What's that?
That is home health assistance or something. Those that takes care of old men and women. Even that it must be done with the supervision of a medical practitioner. My concern has to do with the things that borders on crime against our state. I knew all these things quite a few years back.
So that most of the things that Kevin Jandam says about people is coming from this.
It's coming from this lady when she gets into your corner and she
it's
gets
towards
information.
blackmail.
Blackmail.
So those who don't pay are those that we hear about.
Oh, they pay. Most times
But
they
we
pay.
hear about them.
They
So
cannot even, they cannot
or they
even
reduce it.
So this girl was dating a nephew.
Yes, the doctor.
That is how come a nephew was put on the spot. And for so many months, allegations upon allegations were made. Meanwhile, up to today, they've not been able to present a single document to the national security or police that a nephew is a fraudster, and for that matter, he must be arrested.
Even his hospital was affected. His
So
business.
he goes on the assassination attacks using social media. Nephew is a criminal. Nephew. Meanwhile, if you are talking about somebody that is a criminal, it's actually the guy in Kevin Taylor. So what they are is what they portray other people to be, being a fraudster. So the guy was dating a nephew. And in the course of dating, I think she got information that a nephew was getting into a deal with something called gold soup.
Yeah, the gold soup.
The gold soup.
Yeah.
Is it souk or
Souk.
souk?
Kill.
Okay, so they are supposed to meet
It has to
Sami
do with the
Gyamfi.
gold board. Yeah.
And this guy is closer to Sami Gyamfi as well.
I'm
So-
not sure about that.
No, I'm giving you information.
No, because I've checked.
Whatever information I am giving you information.
Well, because I checked and the information was that they met on a flight. The flight.
You think at this
that-
point somebody would like to associate herself with the,
I checked before that they met on some flight, the USA Delta flight.
Okay.
Now, I was told that because at the time the flight had a problem, Sami
Okay.
Gyamfi was trying to sue them.
Okay.
And I was at the airport at that time, so he spoke to me about it. So they said, no, the lady was also on that flight.
But you
and
believe
after that, they
believe
met
Sami-
once at some restaurant.
You
and
believe
that's about it.
they've met once at a restaurant?
That's what I was
really?
told.
Once
That's what
at a restaurant?
Yeah, that's what I was told.
Very nice. That you meet somebody on the flight and you meet once at a
No,
restaurant.
they put a legal action together, so I think they were talking something.
But if you put a legal action together, you are talking, it's not going to be once at a restaurant. You certainly will have continuous conversations upon conversation. But that is not a substantive
Yes.
matter. Let's come back to the substantive matter. So this girl would then move you the same way he moved a nephew to Kevin Taylor, for Kevin Taylor to come at him, assassinate you, character assassination, left, right, center. And when I heard that this girl had dated a nephew, that is how come I got to know that, okay, that is where my own started from. All this while, she has been my friend, even when we are no longer friends, as in being friends.
I get it, yeah. You still talk to her every night.
I still talk to her every night.
Are they blackmailing Reverend Usu Bempa?
I don't know about that. What I know is that
Are they blackmailing Nigel Gezi?
I know they were very good friends. Nigel Gezi, Osubempa, and the lady, they were very good friends. I'm not too sure what they are.
So is it conceivable that a reverend person is paying do they pay month? The blackmail money is weeks or a month or what?
I don't know about that. I'm saying that they were very good friends. Why do you single out those names?
Yeah, because those are the names that are popping up. People are sending me texts.
People are sending you.
Blackmailing Usu Bempa, is blackmailing Nigel Gezi.
Okay.
Schwarzenegger mentioned it. Ifia, the lady herself, her video mentions those two names. And I'm hoping it's
She
not
goes
true,
as
because
far
I
as
know Reverend
Nigeria.
Usu
You
Bempa
know what? There's a guy called Mike Ezronye, a Nigerian actor, affected, a victim of their circumstances, very criminal.
But how does
It's a criminal
Taylor
syndicate.
benefit from the blackmail? How does-
Of course, when the girl gets money, he gets a cut.
Even if he didn't play any role, because it's not.
Why will he not play any role?
He announces on his show. He talks about it on his show, or they threaten that.
I am saying they will threaten you behind the scenes that if you don't pay X amount, they will come after you. They will destroy your image. And most people don't want this kind of bad publicity. You know, big men at high places wouldn't want this kind of bad publicity.
But
Some
how
of
does
us
she-
can survive it. You can survive
How does
it.
she do the amorous thing? She will
Sa-
say that I
Saturday-
slept with you, or
Saturdays.
she'll put a camera in her.
I said Saturday I will show you.
I can't wait.
On for the
I
records.
can't wait. I can't wait. This is serious.
So, Paul, we are calling on the security agencies we shouldn't treat this business as usual, where we think the president has revoked the appointment of an amateur issue. We must be able to investigate it. Use her as a scapegoat, as a deterrent for other people not to engage in, because it's becoming one too many.
We did not arrest Dr. UN.
But Dr. UN did not get to the position that this girl has gotten to.
Dr. UN was giving fake awards.
Giving fake awards is
money from anyone.
way far. And you know that she says she's not practiced in Ghana. I am telling you on authority that this girl has been practicing in Ghana for some time.
Oh, people have sent texts that she's
she's been practicing
named the
in Ghana.
hospital, but in an FS hospital, she was practicing there.
Yes, in an FS hospital, she was practicing.
She was.
And beyond that, I'm saying it on authority that this girl has been taking care of people in this country.
Giving them medicine.
Why are you doubting the fact that she was taking care of the president when they were in opposition?
Because I saw the president with the doctor.
I am saying that why are you doubting it? Poor you, the fact that you saw something does not mean that it cannot be true.
But this is serious.
Yes, it's serious.
Hey.
It's serious. And that is criminal act. For me, I don't care about the kind of personal life she leads or she doesn't lead.
Wow.
And I wouldn't probably have talked about it if she did not get that kind of a sensitive position.
That's what Efia said on her video, that she doesn't really
I
care.
knew quite a few things, but it's of no concern to me.
Yeah, she doesn't care. But now that they're going to put her on NHIS, then that's
it is something that bothers our nation.
But you know, she was on the same platform with President Mahama last year.
Yes, the women's something.
Yes. And apparently they were coming to do another one June.
This year, yeah.
And they have cancelled
with the president.
Yes, they were with now the president, then as candidates, now as president. And they have.
She's a very smart woman. For that, you can't take it away from her. Very smart. Except that she uses the smartness for the wrong things.
How can we convince young people that is not the way to go?
By first picking her, using her as a scapegoat, using her as a deterrent. Because if we don't punish her for this high-level crime, then we are endorsing this criminality. And if we don't punish her, then any other person will believe that probably this is the way to go. And in this country, you know the way we sweep things as though this is business. We've revoked her appointment. Let's all go to sleep and take the next thing and deal with it. I don't think this must be treated business as usual. I believe that this matter, we must delve into it. We must report it to the United States authorities, because what she's done is a high-level crime in the United States.
It is, yeah.
And she's a citizen of the United States.
Misrepresenting yourself.
Misrepresenting is a high-level.
And now, Busia, who did a Okatakyie Afrifa mensa, or no so ordered to Ghana. Yeah, train Saturday, the answer be a boom fete because you na ye train the bedding. Ebesi eden akon abusia mame hu adwenkyere e wo comment section o ye nso a message so be subscribe to your channel no send update bia so etomu a onso onsa ebe kan bi kete wo se enye dodo no nwura makra bye bye.